So, namaskar all of you. 2023 Odisha Civil Service Mains Optional Test Series Psychology Test 1 syllabus ଆପଣଙ୍କର paper 1 ର ପ୍ରଥମ ତିନିଟା sub module introduction methods of psychology ଆଉ research methods and quantitative analysis. So section 1 କୁ ଆସନ୍ତୁ। ତ ଏଥିରେ 12ଟା question ରୁ 10ଟା ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କରିବାର ଅଛି 250 words ଭିତରେ ଆଉ each question 15 mark ରହୁଛି। How does the scientific perspective in psychology differ from its philosophical roots, and what implication does this have for its methodological rigor? In what ways does the interdisciplinary approach enhance the applicability of psychological principles to solve complex social and natural science problems? Question 3. How does the integration of psychology with natural sciences like biology provide a deeper understanding of human behavior compared to its overlap with sociology? Question 4. What are the key differences between induction and deduction in psychological research, and how do these methods contribute to hypothesis generation? Question 5. To what extent does introspection serve as a valid method for understanding subjective experiences in modern psychology? Question 6. What are the ethical challenges associated with conducting laboratory experiments in psychology, particularly in studies involving deception? Question 7. How does the reliability and validity of data differ between observational methods and surveys in psychological research? Question 8. In what ways do clinical and case study methods complement experimental approaches in understanding rare psychological phenomena? Question 9. What are the limitations of quasi-experimental methods in establishing causal relationships in psychological studies? Question 10. Wilhelm Wundt stated that the task of psychology is to investigate the facts of consciousness. How does this view align with the use of introspection as a method and its criticism in modern psychological research? Question 11. B.F. Skinner remarked, a scientific analysis of behavior disposes of the concept of free will. How does this statement shape the experimental approach in psychology and its focus on observable behavior? Question 12. How do field experiments in psychology address the gap between ecological validity and experimental control? Section B, एथरे 6टा question अछि, any 5 you have to attempt. Each question 20 marks ra rochi. How does the formulation of a hypothesis influence the choice of research design in psychological studies? Critically evaluate the challenges in aligning research objectives with sampling methods. Question 14. What are the ethical considerations in psychological research, particularly in relation to data collection methods such as interviews and case studies? Analyze how these considerations shape the reliability of findings. Question 15. How does observation differ from interviews as a method of data collection in psychology, and in what context are they most effective? Provide examples of their application in understanding behavioral phenomena. Question 16. What are the strengths and limitations of using questionnaires versus case studies in psychological research? Discuss how the choice of method impacts data validity and generability. Okay. In what ways does the t-test differ from ANOVA in analyzing psychological data, and how these techniques complement each other? Evaluate their applicability in understanding different group differences and interactions. Then question 18. Sigmund Freud remarked, a certain degree of neurosis is of inestimable value as a drive, especially to a psychologist. How can this perspective on individual variability be integrated into the application of correlation and chi-square tests in psychological research? So these are the 18 questions, 3 hours of test data. and syllabus as we have seen prathama tinta sub module apankara psychology paper 1 ro. So I wish you all the best जो मैंने psychology optional नहीं की civil services पे prepare कर चुंदी. नमस्कार.